Hello, I'm Robert Rojas, a servant of our Lord Jesus Christ. I will be sharing with you one of my Defending the Faith lessons. In this video, we will continue our discussion about the preexistence of Christ. This video is now the fifth part of the series. It is undeniable that man cannot exist before he is conceived and born. If someone claims that he existed before he was conceived and born, then he must have been hallucinating or out of his mind. So, if someone really existed before he was conceived and born, then he must not just be a man, he must be God in human form. In John 17, verse 5, Jesus himself said, "So now, Father, glorify me in your own presence with the glory that I had in your presence before the world existed." It is very clear that Christ existed before the world existed because he claimed to have glory in the Father's presence before the world existed. So it is very clear that Christ has preexistence. He existed before he was conceived and born. Therefore, Christ is not just a man. He must be God in human form. So, think, think, think. There are only two possibilities here. Either Christ lied or he was telling the truth. In John 8, verses 45 to 46, Jesus himself said, "But because I tell you the truth, you do not believe me. Which of you convicts me of sin? If I tell you the truth, why do you not believe me?" Jesus always told the truth. He never lied. If Jesus lied, then anyone can convict him of sin. But so far, no one even now can convict him of sin. Thus, we should believe what he said. So, think, think, think. In 1 Peter 2, verses 21 to 22, it is written, "For to this you have been called, because Christ also suffered for you, leaving you an example so that you should follow in his steps. He committed no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth." It is very clear that Christ never lied. Otherwise, he committed a sin, and he has deceit in his mouth. So when he claimed to have glory in the Father's presence before the world existed, he was telling the truth. Thus, it is very clear that Christ has preexistence. He existed before he was conceived and born. Therefore, Christ is not just a man. He must be God in human form. So, think, think, think. No one can deny that Christ came and was born of a woman. But can any person exist before he was born? It is impossible. Since Christ had glory before the world existed, then Christ is not just a man, because he has preexistence. He must be God in human form. With man, this is impossible, but with God, this is very possible. So, think, think, think. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have learned some very important truth, and I hope that you share this to your loved ones, friends, and acquaintances. May God bless us all.